Anthony.
And we are back. Boom, we are back round 4. We have Matthew Hackford on Nick Fit versus Daniel Espinoza. This is the final non-elimination round, which means it's essentially an elimination round. We did lose 2 of our superheroes last round with David Sikowski and Michael Day being eliminated from contention. This is essentially going to be an elimination game. Whoever loses is done. Next round, for you guys not familiar, next round is an elimination match between the top 2-2 rounds. The 2-2 players have to play for a full elimination round next round, and then we get to move into a nice clean top 8. It's a few more steps than I think I would recommend, but we are essentially on to elimination rounds.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I think the structure was just determined a long time ago with 16 players, so
Yeah.
just keeping with tradition, I guess.
I think it's just a lot. I think I would just almost. I guess it's not clean this way.
Mm-hmm.
There's that. Here's this guy into the Sylvan Library. How do you feel about him taking the Reclaimer over the Sylvan Library? He has to have something, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
He has to have the decay, I'm guessing.
Yeah, maybe he wants to force Daniel to go just to find something rather than just search it up immediately, directly. Maybe he's worried about his speed against that.
I mean, I feel like he has the. I feel like he has the. Yeah, I was gonna say he has the Hex Mage in the Dark Depths anyway.
Yeah. So maybe. I don't know.
I guess he has a trophy. But I don't. I mean, it's. I don't know. This one Sylvan Library activation, if Daniel does it right, he should just pay 8.
Yeah.
Draw the 3 cards and punish it. He's going to pay 4.
His life total's not under.
His life total is generally irrelevant in this. There is the Dark Depths. Passes. He has another Reclaimer in his hand. He has double black mana. He has no green mana. There's the Caracas.
Oh, wow.
Here is the Green Sun Zenith for 1. He's letting him have the Sylvan Library still. Actually, he might not. So this is going to be sack the Veteran Explorer to the Cabal Therapy.
Get a forest in a swamp.
Naming Sylvan Safekeeper.
And then probably
immediately trophy the library. He has the Caracas, so that double helps. Is SB playing main deck answers to Caracas besides the Sylvan? So he has 2 Sylvan Safekeepers and 3 Pithing Needles.
And 1 Ghost Quarter
and one Jost Quarter. Either way, kind of a fair and exciting matchup. SB doesn't really want Hackford to be doing things like this.
No, this is probably exactly what he wouldn't want.
It's exactly what you don't want, yes.
I mean, because SB's deck could, especially in this matchup, would want to focus on going quickly.
Make it 2020, kill him. Yes. Move on. Get on with your day. Don't let Hackbert do Hackbert things.
Exactly.
So there's the Sylvan Safekeeper that comes out. That is genuinely, straight gas. And here is going to be the Assassin's Trophy on the
Library? Dark Depths? No, I guess he's letting him take his turn. Maybe he's waiting for S3 to go for the combo and just Assassin's Trophy in response.
I mean, well, there's the combo, and he literally just lost because of that. Now I guess you get to let him make it, then you just bounce it.
Well, no, if SB goes to try and make the token, Matthew could respond and Assassin's Trophy the Dark Depths, so he can't make the 2020.
Well, yeah, he could do the exact same thing where he goes to make the token, he kills the Pithing Needle, then bounces the token at the end. He has a lot of things. But this Sylvan Library, can we
It's gonna run away with it.
Can we talk about this Sylvan library?
Yeah.
He can't keep up with letting him just draw cards again and again and again and again. There's the Ghost Quarter for the Caracas now.
Depth is so redundant, so just like finding like more cards is
Just letting him continually draw cards is no bueno.
Yeah, I was looking at Matt's list, his Nick Fit list, and it seems like Caracas is just the best like answer to what SP's doing.
I mean, it is the best. He's gonna have stack effects, but yeah, just having the Caracas is the thing, and just Hackbert just letting him have this pure card selection is what he has. All of these answers, but the answers don't actually matter if you're just gonna let him continually redraw them.
Yeah. Rex Sage attacking for 2.
Rex Sage attacking for 2. So here's the Ghost Quarter on the Caracas, which we expected.
Matthew has no shortage of basic lands to search out.
Yep.
And we're going to see this trophy in response.
Here's the 2020, and there should be a trophy in response.
Yeah.
On the
Dark Depths.
Dark Depths.
Yeah. I guess maybe it wouldn't matter, but...
Here it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Matt's right. That way he loses...
Both of them.
Yeah, correct. That Reclaimer, though, is going to get there in time.
That Reclaimer is just going to continually to do things. Like, he is getting another... He did put a Veteran Explorer on top of his library, so he is going to be able to... He needed to sacrifice the Rex Age, put the Rex Age on top of his library, and then kill this Sylvan library.
Oh, that's nasty. You're recurring Rex Ages.
I mean, but just like that, SB has threatening the combo again.
Matt also is running an Eternal Witness, so that'd be if he could find that, get his Caracas back.
But the problem is that his hand is double Cabal Therapy, and the top of his library is now a Veteran Explorer for no reason.
What is he doing with all that mana?
Nothing. Once again, there's a Sylvan Library in play.
Yeah.
So SB does not get to make a 2020 right now, but he will be able to go get the Dark Depths for next turn. Oh, he'll also be able to look at the top 3 cards of his library and take as many of them as he wants.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be able to make the token next turn and attack the turn after that.
I mean, he'll be able to make the token on his turn, like just whenever he wants.
Yeah. I guess he would want to do that.
Hackford has to deal with this now. So, how many basics is SB playing?
Hackford's running 4 forests.
SB.
Should be 1 forest and 1 swamp. Yeah.
I know this for a while. We're running 2 and 2.
Oh yeah. So if SB goes to make the token on his own turn, which would play around Assassin's Trophy, he's then opening himself up to Edict effects.
Yeah.
And Matt is running 2 Liliana the Veils, I believe. Yeah, correct. So I guess it's whatever he wants to...
I mean, he really needs to hit, I'm guessing, Green Sun Zenith with this one draw he's going to have.
Yeah.
Green Sun Zenith being the best card, right?
Yeah. Or the Eternal Witness himself. Go against the Thespian Stage.
No, goes and gets the Dark Depths, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Dark Depths comes into play tapped. He's going to get to untap, and now he's fully threatening a 2020 again.
No, you're right.
With a full draw step. I make 2020s. I know how they work.
Yeah. Oh, no, you do. You're no stranger to...
No stranger to 2020s.
You got all the acceleration to Mock Style.
I feel like it's more acceleration. Like the Aspie's list is supposedly the turbo list, but I've made way more turn 2 tokens with red-green lands than I have with black-green Depths.
Have you played Depths before?
Yes. I was on Depths Deathray Shaman era.
Okay.
So I played the full Deathray Shaman Sylvan Safekeeper, Dark Confidant. It was absolutely brutal.
Yeah, I run the Dark Depths in 12 posts these days, too. Just nice having that little...
It's just a nice way to kill people. So SP's in the tank, trying to decide if he wants to make it now or later.
Alright, so apparently I'm last.
Seeing his 3 cards.
What's up?
Seeing his 3 cards, he hasn't decided what he's keeping. I don't think he's decided what he's keeping or not. He's gonna keep 1. I think that's the he has the he even has the crop rotation as the.
Oh jeez.
He has the full protection. There's the crop rotation. He has the crop rotation to follow up on that. So he's gonna have an basically uneditable as well.
Oh yeah, he's got the Reclaimer out.
He's got a Reclaimer.
He should just go make it now, especially considering he saw the Assassin's Trophy. But it might not matter.
That was the Green Sun Zenith.
Oh wow.
Which will get the Eternal Witness, which will get the
Caracas.
The Caracas. What a rip.
Yeah.
That's exactly the card I said he needed to draw.
And his Ghost Quarter's already been used, so...
His Ghost Quarter's already been used. Strangely enough, he's still going to have a Sylvan Library to...
do it again.
To keep finding things, yeah.
Jeez.
What a top deck.
Yeah,
Bogged him.
Oh, wow.
He gets the bog for the...
in response to the...
In response, and that's going to be the end of the game?
Yeah, because you can has the mana to make it then.
Yes.
And I don't like a long-term Hackbird spot there. Just seems like it's only a matter of time before he assembles it again.
I mean, long-term Hackbird, it was definitely, the crop rotation made it. Like, the crop rotation just being, that was the card. Which, once again, if Hackbird would have killed the Sylvan Library.
Look at their sideboards here. See, Matthew Hackbert is running another crop rotation in the sideboard, in addition to his 1 main deck, which I think definitely comes in.
Definitely comes in.
Plague Engineer, probably not. 3 Veil of Summers, should be good against discard. 1 Abrupt Decay.
Yeah, I could see bringing in Veil of Summer. Veil of Summer also, prevents the Abrupt Decays that you can imagine Daniel's going to bring in. It's also just good against discard.
Oh, for sure. 1 Abrupt Decay, 2 Hymn to Turax. I don't know about that. Definitely the extra Eternal Witness, I think, would be better than some of these other 1-ofs. Daniel is running 4 Leyland in the Voids, 4 Abrupt Decays, 2 Veil of Summer, 2 Collector Roof, 2 Plague Engineer, and an extra Sylvan Safekeeper. I think he's going to want to bring in... Abrupt Decays are a good, just general answer to anything he might encounter. Maybe Veil of Summers for the same reason. Yeah, and Sylvan Safekeeper, knowing he has Caracas too, seems like a good call.
Yeah, super wonky. I mean, another thing would have been for Hackbert to flash back the Cabal Therapies he had in his yard.
Yeah.
Like, he had the creatures for it. It's interesting, without seeing the Eternal Witness, does SB go get the Bog?
Oh, yeah, that's true. I feel like the discard has limited value against depths though. The most important cards are lands and.
But it's a combo deck, so a lot of the times land. I mean, Hackbert can't do anything. He has Nick Fit, but that was basically a game-winning play if he can get that Caracas back out, because SB only has a couple ways to deal with it.
Yeah.
He only has the Sylvan Libraries, or not Sylvan Libraries, the Pithing Needles, and the Sylvan Safekeepers, and 1 Pithing Needle. And 1 Safekeeper was already answered.
It's unlikely that SB's going to think to crop rotate in response.
Yes.
To a Bog.
Considering that was the only card that beat Hackbert.
So battle of these.
And he paid life to keep it. That would have been another tip off. What would he pay life to keep?
Yeah, it's true. Two black-green decks duking it out.
Would have been interesting. Huh. Okay, so sideboard, what do you see coming in for Hackbird?
I see him bringing in the crop rotation. His 3 Veil of Summers, I think, would be useful to redirect or in response to like SB's Abrupt Decays.
Yeah, I like SB having Abrupt Decays. I like SB also bringing in the last Safekeeper.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I think Hackbird wants his extra Eternal Witness, too, for situations like that.
Eternal Witness is just so slow.
Yeah.
I don't think he necessarily needs more than one. But what actually is the Hackbird deck trying to do, I guess is the question.
It looks like it tops off with some like 4 or 5 mana green creatures. He's running a Titania Protector of Argoth to search up with his Green Sun Zenith.
Hex Drinkers, it looks like.
Yeah. Shifting Ceratops, Marin of Clan Neltoth. He's running a Vraska.
So he's not doing anything in specific, he's just doing big things.
Yeah. He's running some one-of lands, but it looks like his only ways of searching up those one-of lands are his 2 crop rotations, unless I'm missing something.
So the one of Crocus was a big deal no matter what.
Yeah, that was a good one to have in his opening hand for sure.
That was a good card to get. I'm now officially a Gatorade and a Yoo-Hoo into this stream.
I haven't seen Yoo-Hoo in so long.
Neither have I. I was going back for another Gatorade and saw this and went, I'm in.
Have you ever had anybody name Avatar with a Plague Engineer against you? Make it to 1919.
I feel like I've named Avatar with a Plague Engineer.
Doesn't seem like the worst.
I actually feel like I won a game with it. Because that seems like a very specific line that I've taken. Like, name Avatar, take 19, kill it, win the game.
Spy you one more turn.
One more turn. It might not have been with a Plague Engineer. It might have actually been with an Engineered Plague, though. So mulligans for both. Who do you think mulligans favor in this matchup?
I think SB. He's a part A plus part B combo deck, and he's just able to find like his pieces. I think it's better for him being a combo deck.
Yeah.
I've always liked Nick Fit. Like I love mana ramping decks.
Yeah.
But I always wish like the payoff was better in Nick Fit, honestly.
There really just isn't. There isn't a lot of good interaction. Like part 1, there isn't a lot of good interaction for these Nick Fit decks. Like, sure, Living the Dream with the therapies is really good. Sure, you could probably. I mean, the original Nick Fit deck was therapy into him. And the whole goal was to just absolutely shred their hand by turn 2. I mean, you'd go, turn 1, either therapy or Explorer. Turn 2, flashback, get 2 lands, him. Yeah. Let's go, I believe was the correct term. Like,
yeah.
But after all that, you've essentially stripped their hand, saying you're really good. You hit on the first therapy, you hit on the second therapy, you hit on the him, but you've also just put a lot of cards into it.
Yeah. I wish there was a way to more consistently be able to kill Veteran Explorer too. Like, I mean, therapy's good, but
I played a 4. It's very strange. It was I messed around with recently. It was a 4. Ooh, SB with the Leyline of the Void.
Oh, that's right. We'll just stop that Veteran Explorer graveyard trigger out the bat.
Yep. I don't necessarily know if it's worth diluting his deck for, though.
Yeah. I'm not
But
sure.
it was 4 Veteran Explorer, 4 crop rotation. So you had the crop rotation for the
Phyrexian Tower,
Phyrexian Tower.
Sacrifice Outlet.
And I want to say the whole goal was to prime time.
Oh, okay.
Prime time or Grave Titan was just big enough.
So most of your creatures are just enablers for your like lands, then essentially.
Yeah, so you just want to bring a bunch of lands into play. It played a couple tireless trackers.
It sounds pretty sweet. It's a good use of some of my favorite creatures.
I
Specifically
mean, you
Prime Time.
either lived the dream or you just didn't do a whole lot.
Thoughtseize from Daniel Espinosa takes Sylvan Library. Now, Liliana the Veil could be good, though, for Hackbirds.
I mean, Liliana Veil seems good, but it doesn't actually deal with. He doesn't really have a real way to deal with 2020. That crop rotation is, in fact, a real way to deal with 2020.
Yeah.
No, another one. We're gonna do another event like this. We don't know yet. Because of the holidays.
Just with all the timing aspects of making the 2020, he could maybe like lure SB into wanting to make the 2020 on his own turn.
Oh, this is the problem. Another.
Discard.
So SB doesn't really have a whole lot going on.
Nah.
I mean, he brought in the Plague Engineers, which I think is funny. They're
Yeah.
very good against a lot of the 1 toughness people. Strangely, Plague Engineer on Vampire is pretty crippling.
Oh yeah, just Nick can never see play then. So SB's running 3 Dark Confidant, 4 Reclaimer, 4 Hex Mage, and 2 Sylvan Safekeeper. Yeah, I've noticed that like being able to deal with depth small creatures is actually pretty punishing for them.
Yeah. He's gonna get in there, I believe. Get in there! He bricked on a land, I believe.
Explorer beats. Yeah, I feel like if
He drew a thing.
there were more reliable ways to kill your own Veteran Explorer, like I wouldn't mind trying to include it in like a 12 post like Green Sun Zenith version.
Yeah.
It's that initial mana boost. It's kind of hard to come by.
You didn't tell me he was playing a Tarmogoyf.
Who, Hackbird?
Uh-oh.
One Tarmogoyf.
Land one time. Land one time. So he can play the... Yep. What does he have to name? He has to name, because Bob is a human...
I can go find out.
I have it right here.
Okay. Human Wizard.
Bob is a human wizard. So he can name Wizard and keep his guy alive. SB is suddenly on a clock.
Oh,
This
yeah.
this goes back to diluting your deck for this
Leyline of the Void.
Leyline of the Void.
Yeah, we don't know what he would have cut.
SB also still has to battle through this this crop rotation that he knows he has. Like the Caracas is active.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a little too much to deal with, looks like, for SB.
Well, the Leyline of the Void doesn't actually do anything. Like as much as Matthew Hackbert enjoys the graveyard, he doesn't actually care.
Yeah.
Like the deck this matchup still revolves around ways Hackbert stops SB from comboing off, and that's basically about it.
Yeah. Just having access to that extra mana.
Ooh, here's a perfectly blind Cabal Therapy. I mean, his hand can't be any good. I don't even know what do you name here?
Crop rotation, maybe? Because maybe he wouldn't have used it at this point by now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's the best card.
Yeah.
I think it's the best card. I think it's generally the only card you can name in any instance.
As a fellow crop rotation player, you know. the
Cards
strength of that
cards real
card.
good. A lot of respect to crop rotations.
Especially when you know they're not playing blue. It just feels like cheating.
Okay. He still can't really do a whole lot. There's a Green Sun Zenith. So he has a Green Sun Zenith for 2. Does he have Green Sun Zenith targets for 2?
Tarmogoyf. He has Scavenging Ooze, I believe. Yeah.
A Scavenging Ooze is a card.
Collector Oof.
Oof.
And neither of those seem great against Steps. He also has 2 Hex Drinkers, which are 1 mana. But
I think Scooz is. I think Scooz is big enough.
yeah.
Just more threats on the board. I mean, it makes. Because right now, actually, he has to keep 1 up for that crop rotation. Period.
But I guess if he goes to get the Ooze, he could, over the course of another 2 turns, gain over 3 life and be outside of a 1 single.
So SB knows about the crop rotation. So just going for the combo does not do things.
Yeah.
Boggs himself.
Interesting.
I like it.
Why do you think he would have bogged himself?
He bogged himself so he could kill the Tarmogoyf.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So he bogs himself, kills the Tarmogoyf. The Tarmogoyf becomes a 0/1 because there's no graveyards.
Okay.
And the 1/2 kills it.
There's 1/2 of the combo.
So he has the combo. Combo is available.
It's just aware of that crop rotation. So.
Yep. He does get to attack with the 2/2, dropping SP to 5.
Yeah, that's pretty much how.
I don't think attacking with both does anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because SP actually has to draw another combo piece. Or a way to get the Ghost Quarter.
Yeah.
So SP looking like he made the right plays with the Bog.
This is his
He's done this before.
top 8 Grand Prix Atlanta.
So he's actually just thinning his deck.
Make a copy of.
Make a copy of the Stronghold.
Oh, interesting. It's always great, copying a land you don't have in your own deck.
I don't think it matters, but it might. So he's got a fetch land in play now. So he, instead of getting a piece of the combo, he knows he needs another combo piece in his hand because the card in his hand is Leyline of the Void. So now he has a Leyline of the Void and a Pithing Needle, it looks like. And SB gets to fetch
Do
away.
you want to message us when we're done? We need to be back.
Yep.
I think you name well, if he's planning to just answer the Caracas, maybe he doesn't want to use his needle naming that.
Well, that's the answer right there. He answers. He put Caracas on Needle, or Needle on Caracas. There, yep, just like that. He now gets to crop rotate up the Dark Depths. Next turn.
It made Hackbert need to answer that needle in first.
Mm-hmm.
What's the record?
Sorry.
SP's up 1-0.
SP's up 1.
Okay.
It looks like that Leyline did a pretty good job at just stunting.
Slowing. I mean, if he'd have drawn lands, it wouldn't have mattered. But the fact that he didn't draw any of his millions of lands, he kind of just stopped at 3 and didn't do anything after that.
Yeah.
So this should be a crack. I mean, Rex Age is
Artifact or enchantment.
3 or more lands, right? So he now gets to block, trade the Rex Age with the Engineer if you'd like. Just like that. Activate. Sack. Big enough so they trade. Now he gets 20/20, or now he gets the Dark Depths. With Michael Day's candles.
And he knows he doesn't have enough green to use both the like an Answer to Needle and the crop rotation.
He could have other things. I mean, he could have an Assassin's Trophy in his hand.
5% infinite combo. Yeah, I know. Oh, I love it. Yeah. My chemic is literally 95% too. 5%.
Which would be unfortunate. Like, we know one of the cards is
Crop rotation.
Green Sun Zenith, so he probably should have blown the Green Sun Zenith for the Dryad Arbor a while ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of being bottlenecked on his colored sources at this point.
And just on sources.
Trophy.
One that won't last.
Players, that's time of the round.
Buys him a little time.
Well, it also started.
It was just the way the pods lay out.
He's still kind of off, still on his back foot, though. That's not
Yeah.
the thing you really want to do.
That's like one of the strengths of Depths, just its redundancy. All the cards doing similar things, just the same end game.
Yeah, I mean, that crop rotation to bog yourself turned out, it's probably a game-winning play at this point.
Yeah.
Now he's putting the Rex Age back on top. He's now playing the better Nick Fit deck.
Hard cast the ley line.
Yep. The redundancy is probably just too much for Hackbert to deal with. Finally draws the 4th land.
It's always nice to see like when a ley line can actually be hard casted. It's the thing I never really liked about playing those in general.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. So not this year, but last year in Vegas, for GP, they had the commander tournament. Where it was like
So he does get to
limited. Well,
Green Sun Zenith for 3.
Probably wants
Rex Age.
Yeah. Answer the Needle.
You got the sword to play that.
Sorry.
But like, so it was each pod.
Caracas is now active. But he doesn't have a way to kill both.
Yeah. And the crop rotation's at risk of being discarded this turn too.
At this point. This turn and this turn only.
Yeah.
So I mean, now he's just waiting for, you know, another cycle of the combo, or he still has an active Ghost Quarter, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
still
does.
has
He
that.
does have an active Ghost Quarter still.
Yeah, he's got plenty of answers then.
It was, there was like, hey, I'm gonna go.
So right now he can search and go get the Ghost Quarter.
If you can't stop me, I'm gonna mill everyone out. We're gonna back check. You lose, you lose.
Hackbert kind of in trouble, losing to a really good heads-up play from Espy and his own Valras Stronghold.
Yeah. Oh,
There's the Ghost Quarter.
wonder how often SP's copied a Boras Stronghold.
Coincidentally enough, he could have blown that. He could have blown the. It's actually super silly. He could have blown the crop rotation after SB crop rotated himself. He could have crop rotated, gone and got a wastelanded SB, put a card in SB's graveyard, and then the Tarmogoyf would have stayed alive.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like an opposite heads-up play that Hackbert missed.
It's a pretty obscure situation. It's like Hackbert plays a variety of decks, so.
I mean, he should have looked over and said, do I have any way to do I have any way to get a card in the graveyard? Like I can't lose my Tarmogoyf.
Yeah.
Like losing the Tarmogoyf was basically, kind of, say the end of the game, but it was a problem. He's at 4.
One of the few like actually beaters in his list at that mana cost.
Yeah. And SP hasn't seen any decays, so it's not like that would have.
Yeah. He's living dangerously though at 4 life.
He's kind of just spinning his. Yeah. But this is really. Here's the 2020.
Yeah.
With an active Ghost Quarter.
I've seen the Depth players, like, when they feel they need multiple anti-land bait,
Yeah.
they'll like, copy their own Ghost Quarter.
So he has no real way to get Hackbert to go get the Ghost Quarter yet? Or to go get the Caracas yet? So at this point, SP would have to sacrifice one iteration of the combo.
Still lure though.
Yeah.
We actually talk to her all the time. She lives up in Tucson.
I really love Thespian Stage. Just
Such an interesting, good non-blue card.
yeah. Like, what other land gives you that much, like, many options over, like, the course of the game?
What are your favorite? What's your favorite Thespian Stage heads-up play?
Copying an opponent's Dark Depths is pretty great if they don't see it coming. Or just, like, saving a key land from a wasteland, like a Nyabugan. Thespian Stage copy it in response.
Yeah. I'm a fan of the Thespian Stage copy your basic.
Yeah. That's always great. Get them to waste like a wasteland.
Okay, so here is a 2020.
Put him to Hackbert to the test here.
Problem being, this is now baiting him out. He gets to make another one next turn.
Yeah.
So he should. I mean, I don't want to say he has him, but he might. The math might be on Hackbert's side here.
See.
No, it's a one-off.
So be able to, yeah. One of those explorers will
Yeah,
get
the
through.
fact that the Rex Sage doesn't die. Both explorers get through. Next turn, one explorer gets through.
So close.
If he would have Green Sun Zenith for
Even like a Dryad Arbor.
the Dryad Arbor when he was stuck on mana all those turns. Maybe does he run any? What's that modern pitch modal card?
Force of Vigor? The green
No, the one that you can escalate it.
one? Help us out.
Collective
chat.
Brutality.
Oh yeah.
That would be good.
Oh yeah.
I see no Collective Brutalities.
Jesse and Marco.
What else would have been good? At any point this game would have been a Hex Drinker. Green Sun Zenith for Hex Drinker would have been a good play.
Oh yeah.
Like 17 turns ago.
Yeah. It's that little last bit of damage. Which would have been gigantic at this point.
We were hanging out with Kieran Yen. It was super nice. And he didn't have a lot of people going up to him. I was like, are you free for
SB had the Pithing Needle for the Crocus. Or drew the Pithing Needle for the Crocus. There's the handshake.
Daniel Espinosa
Daniel Espinosa.
wins this black-green mirror match.
Yep.
literally a artifact store.
So this was an elimination round, right?
I believe that eliminates Hackbert.
Yeah.
And that was cool because now we're playing Henrik is also
Now we're seeing some of the sideboard options brought into him.
texting us all the time.
Oh, actually I have a couple of these, it looks like. So I have Hair Tash, Kaufman Dudek,
Valkyrie's up here, guys.
Elo, want to send me something?
So Anthony Hare won the matchup with the 2 undefeateds over Alexander
Yep.
Tash. So Bombermans are sole undefeated right now.
I believe that is going to eliminate Matthew Hackbird. Okay, I'm going to go see if we can find a backup round, and we'll be back shortly.
Part 3.